leads. In this video, I just want to show you quickly how you get leads pretty damn quickly. So let's say you're a remodeling company, and this works for any home service company. We like working with home service companies, remodelers, roofers, plumbers, electricians, anything that has to do with home services. So it could be mold removal, anything like that. Let's just go ahead and type in remodelers. Right. If somebody wants a remodeling company and they're from Dallas, Texas, they're going to go ahead and type in remodeling companies, remodelers in Dallas, Texas, something like that. And you want to know who's getting most of the leads whenever somebody types that in? We'll pull it up right here. This company, 10 Construction, right? This company's getting all the leads. And the great thing about this is we can easily beat this company out. So if you're in Dallas, you're in good luck. You got good news for you. We'll open that one and we'll open this one. Okay, and then we got Thumbtack. Now I want to tell you one thing about Thumbtack, HomeAdvisor, Angie's List, and these main companies. What they do, not so much Angie's List, but Thumbtack and HomeAdvisor especially. What they're doing is they're running a Google ad, like you can see right here. Somebody types in contractors or remodelers. Thumbtack's running an ad, and then what they'll do is the person will come in, they'll become a lead through Thumbtack, and then they'll sell that same lead. They'll pay roughly $10 to $20 for the lead. And then they'll turn around and they'll sell that lead for upwards of $20, sometimes even over $40. But here's the bullshit thing about it, man. They'll sell it to 4 different contractors for twice what they paid for it. So they're making about 8 times the money on each lead. They're not doing any of the work and they're selling it to you, but 3 other contractors. To me, I just think that's bullshit. So anyways, let's go pull up these other 2. This other company right here, they're doing the same thing. They're kind of doing a lead generation type of thing. But the great thing about this company is we can easily, if you're in Dallas, we can easily beat this company. And this is obviously Thumbtack, so you can easily beat them as well when it comes to a personal level. Now, why would you want to do your marketing and have your company there instead of Thumbtack or Angie's List? Well, here's the thing about HomeAdvisor and Angie's List and these companies. Like I just said, they're going to pay roughly $10 to $20 per lead, and then they're going to turn around and sell it to 4 different contractors for upwards of $20. What this is doing, it's building their brand with your money. So every time they get a click, it's building their own credibility in Google. They're making people familiar with their brand. They don't really care about your brand. And don't get me wrong, Angie's List and these companies, they're great for a short-term solution. But whenever you want long-term, evergreen, steady growth, if you're relying on a lead generator like that, it's your expenses are going to grow with your revenue. Whereas if you build your own brand, your expenses can kind of top off at one point where your revenue continues to climb. So it's that, but they're also building their cookie data at your expense. What this means is every time a customer clicks on their website, they can track that person with a pixel, and they can show them ads all across the website, Facebook, Instagram, Google. They can continue showing them ads and building their own their own customer base at your expense. And however, if you have a company doing marketing for you, for your company, it's able to build your brand. We're able to build an email list for you and continue marketing to that email list long-term for steady long-term growth. Whereas with HomeAdvisor or any lead generation service for that matter that focuses purely on lead generation, it's building their brand at your expense. So that's why I don't like that. And my company, I have a power washing company. So it's a home service contracting company as well, which is why I first got into this. When I first got started, I relied on HomeAdvisor, Thumbtack, and it was, don't get me wrong, it was good. I generated leads, but I had to pay a pretty penny to these companies. And I was only closing maybe 20% of what they were sending me because they were sending it to 4 other contractors. So you basically have to contact the leads immediately. Otherwise, because they're going to make you pay either way. So you got to contact them immediately. And so that's a problem with that. All right, so now let's just go type in electrician. Right, electricians near me. All right. Now this is something we definitely want to get. So whenever we are working with any home service contractor, we want to do a couple big things for you. I want you to keep in mind, when somebody wants an electrician, they're going to go into Google and they're going to type in electricians near me. They're not going to, maybe if they're super old, they might go look at a newspaper. They might go look at the phone book, but who does that? I don't know anybody that does it. They're going to Google. They're not going to Facebook. They're not going to Yelp. They're going to Google. Boom, right here. We've got 3 main companies right here. So this is one of the biggest things we want to do is we want to work on getting you Google guaranteed. Now, this is not as easy as it may seem. It does take some work and it requires a lot of back and forth, but this is something we really, really want because obviously improves your credibility as a company. So we want this, but then we also want your company to be right here. So we want you to be right here. So you have one opportunity to get a click. Then they come down, you get another opportunity to get a click. I want you to keep in mind, every time you scroll down the page, the percentage of clicks that each one of these things get is less and less and less and less and less. The higher you are, the more clicks you're going to get. The more links you have on this front page, the more clicks you're going to get. So we want your business to be here, here, and here. And then in the long term, we also want it to be here. Okay, we can get you here with the Google ad. We can get you here with the Google ad. And we can make that happen within probably 4 or 5 days. Right, we can get you here. This kind of depends on your local area, and some, we have a lot. I don't want to get too deep into this right now. I want to, because that would be broadly speaking, but we can get you here very, very quickly and start getting you leads very, very quickly. Now I want to show you another thing. That's step number 1. Okay. Now step number 1 is just getting clicks. Now this is the problem that a lot of people make, right? Once you've gotten a click, you want to convert that click, and we want to convert these clicks at the highest possible level because you are trying to make money. You want the highest possible return on your investment. So what do we do to make that happen? Well, let's just check out these 2 companies right here. Let's see if they're doing a good job, and I'll see if I can show you an example. Okay, this company's doing a bad job. What do I mean by this? Look at this front page. Look at how much is going on here. I don't even know where to go. This logo, this is just a terrible website. It might look good at first, but it's not. I promise you. What you want whenever you're trying to generate a lead is you are trying to solve a particular customer's problem, right? So if you're doing a roof, the customer wants a roof. It's just a matter of changing the wording, right? If they want a roof, you want to target people looking for a roof, right? So you don't want to show them all this stuff. They don't care about all this. It's like, okay, schedule now, get a quote. They should honestly do one or the other, because the more options you give somebody, the less likely they're going to take action. Keep that in mind whenever you're doing this. The more options you give them, the less likely they're going to take action. Now they're giving away all these different discounts. Yeah, this website's just too crowded, and the header's way too big. Oh man, I can only imagine what it looks like on mobile. So this is a bad one. We don't want this one. Okay, this one's a little bit better. They should not have that popping up so quickly. This one is a little bit better. But they're still having a problem. What I recommend, the thing that normally gets the highest possible return, is look at the page that you're on right now. That's enough said, right? You want to have a video, because people today, they're not consuming as much content with a written word, they're consuming content with video. And this is super powerful with 4G obviously everywhere now, and 5G being rolled out. Video is super, super powerful. So you want to make a video that gets straight to the point, establishes you as the authority figure. You want to have a video that gets right to the point, establishes you as the authority figure, and makes it clear that the customer is in the right place to get their problem solved. Then you want to give them a clear and easy call to action. You don't want to have multiple buttons. This is the problem with sending people to a website. They have all these different buttons and stuff to choose from. You want to give them a page with one option, because your goal with that customer is to get them to opt in so that you can increase your bottom line. That's what the goal is here. Okay, so this company's doing it better than the other one. They have a click to request an appointment here, and I like this, so that's something we can incorporate for you. What I do notice is that they do not have a retargeting pixel, neither do they. A retargeting pixel allows you basically, whenever somebody clicks onto your website, and most of the time what you're going to do is a lot of people click off of the website shortly thereafter. So what you want to do with a retargeting pixel is it allows you to show them ads, follow-up ads in the future, to encourage them to come back and purchase later on. Now, some people might think those are creepy and whatever, but the fact of the matter is they work and they generate a high ROI. So do with that what you will. Okay. So I've covered that a little bit. Let's just show you one more example here, just in case you haven't gotten it yet. Let's go with roofers. Let's just go with roofing companies. Somebody needs a new roof, right? In Houston. Right. Again, Google guaranteed. This is where we want to be. We want to be Google guaranteed, but that's going to take a little bit of time, right? You can definitely make it happen, and it's something eventually we want to make happen, but it is going to take some time. Just keep that in mind. We'll open this one, commercial roofing. So this guy's targeting commercial. And we can specify whether you're targeting commercial roofing or residential roofing, and I'll show you. If you obviously want to work with us, I'll go ahead and I'll talk you through that process and show you how we do that. Okay, this website, again, there's a problem with this website. They're sending traffic to a website. Now, if you're not familiar with digital marketing, that might seem like the right thing to do. And I understand, I understand that thinking, why you would think that, because that's traditionally how it's been. The problem with the website is not clear. It's not clear what the customer does. I mean, you click the get started button here. Okay, and I like this. They have a click pop. That's good. So this is probably, I would say this is probably good enough having this, but I would highly recommend having a video. A video does a couple things for you. One, it builds trust, because now they see you talking. They know 100% certainty you're not a scammer, or you're not a fraud or anything like that. They can see your face. You want to have your Google reviews listed. All right. Okay. Okay, now this one's a little bit better, but I can almost promise you it probably loads pretty slow. It's a little bit better, but not that good. They should definitely do away with this. My guess is that they hired probably a beginner web designer to do this, because it looks like they did their best, but it's a pretty okay looking website, but it looks kind of crowded. Okay. One thing to keep in mind when it comes to building your website, you don't want to build something that's the most pretty thing, right? Because your website's not there to be pretty, it's there to generate revenue. It's there to generate customers. That's what your website is for. So we want to make sure we design a website that's going to increase the amount of people that are clicking, that are giving you an email, and that are becoming leads. That is what the whole purpose of your website is. It's not to look beautiful, it's to generate leads. And that's what this person got wrong. Although this is clearly a pretty good roofing company if they have 1,000 reviews. So I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, it could be made up, I guess. Oh, they're probably counting these Facebook likes as reviews, I'm guessing. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I mean, that's kind of sketchy, to be honest, but I don't know. All right. State roofing companies, just check these. Now, this is where we want to be. Oh, bad. This is bad too, because they don't have a button on the front page that's very clear to get to. So it's like, I want to get a contract, right? So let's say, just pretend I'm a customer and I'm looking to get a quote. This is all I could call them, but most people don't want to call. The world we live in today, a lot of people just want to fill out a form and expect you to call them or get back to them on email. They don't want to have to call you. That's one thing I've noticed with my company. Most people fill out the form. They don't give me a call. They have those two options, and I give two options on my website, but they want one or the other. They don't want both.